channel. I'm Nyah. That's Dazjon.
And if you're not new, then welcome back.
Anyway, we did a poll. Dazjon posted a poll on our Instagram. I asked y'all what y'all want to see on our YouTube this week.
Voted for our coming out series.
Yeah.
And that is what we are here to deliver to you.
We're gonna do that.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
You wanna
Our
go
coming
first?
out story.
Yeah, you want me to go first?
I'll go first so you can eat. You want some of this? Oh, we eat lean cuisines. Don't knock it till you try it, because this stuff is good.
I just really want a piece of broccoli.
Then get one. It's good.
Mhm.
I seasoned it good.
You want to taste my chicken?
No, you don't got a lot, but it's okay. I'll taste it next time.
No, please.
Tastes real lean.
It does, doesn't it?
Well, I came out the closet like 2 months ago. Like 2 months ago. Me and Dazjon been dating since like late September. We met early September. Started dating late September. And I just came out like 2 months ago. We was here. I was drunk. Maybe not drunk, but I was feeling good. Like, just if you
drunk
drink, you
and
know
in
what's
her
up.
feelings,
like,
for
yeah.
real, for real. Not
Yeah.
like in her feelings, but like in her
Just
feelings.
eat. This is my story.
Sorry.
Dang. Anyway, I was sitting on Miss Nikia, brand new, big old couch that don't nobody sit on. And Dazjon, her uncle was dancing. So it's like in the family room where the TV at. And I was just sitting on the couch. I was like, let me text my grandma. Let me just talk to her real quick, right? So I texted her and I was like, I have something to tell you, but I've been afraid to, right? And she texts back like that. She was like, well, what is it, Sweet Pea? She called me Sweet Pea. And she was like, well, what is it, Sweet Pea? And I was like, well, Dazjon and I have been dating since September, and we're together. And she was like, well, to be honest, I figured that. And she was like, you didn't have to keep it from me and all this stuff. I'm glad you told me. Thanks for telling me. Everything along those lines. And she was just like, I figured because, like me, the type of person I am, I don't like to be around people, like, at all. And if I do, it's like a every once in a while type thing. Like, friends that I have, like, we just go out every once in a while. It's every blue moon. So it's not like I'm around people 24/7. So she was like, I kind of figured because, you know,
She's like, you've never been that close with anyone before.
yeah, and y'all live together and stuff like that. So she was like, I kind of picked up on it. And I was like, well, I just didn't want to, like, offend you or whatever. Like, sorry I didn't tell you earlier. I just didn't want to offend you. And she was like, well, had I have been offended by it, I would have confronted you about it. And I was like, oh, okay. And she was just like, well, you love who you love, and you're going to be around who you're going to be around. Basically, like, do you, it's your life. I'm supporting you through whatever. So, my grandma was the last person I told. I think the first person that I told about me and Dazjon was Michaela. Told her, and she was just like, okay, like, what she look like, like, they don't care. And,
And Latonia.
no, Leah was first. The one we did the fart spray prank on. I told her because she had called me and I had just left Dazjon because we went to Vivo. It's like this Italian spot out here where we live. And we had just went on a date. It was our second date. And my sister had called me when I had just left the restaurant. And I was like, well, she was like, what you doing? I was like, well, I just got off a date. And she was like, oh, with who? And I was like, well, I'm not going to tell you yet because I don't want to jinx it. But it's not what you think it is, you know, like kind of beating around the bush. Like, she was like, girl, I don't care who you date. And then I told my other sister before, it was in January.
No, you told
December 31st. So, yeah, Latonia was like, girl, I don't care who you date. If they black, blue, yellow, green, purple, boy, girl, I don't care. But yeah. And then everybody else just kind of found out through Instagram, I guess. Well, now it's my brother now, Zane's dad. He don't care neither. It just, nobody really, everybody's just like, it's my life. I could do what I want to do, like, you know, and they gonna support it. And I'm very fortunate. I thought it was gonna be so much different, but just because of like, I used to watch other people's coming out stories and like how their people reacted to it and everything like that, and I was just like, okay, no thank you. But yeah, everybody was cool. It was still a little uncomfortable, but because it's just like, I'm in my grown age, why do I gotta explain myself? But to the people that really matter, like my grandma, and just her reaction was a good reaction. I was feeling good, so I was like a little like, oh, I was in my feelings. I was like, oh, my heart. Anyway, let me eat. Dazjon, tell us your coming out story.
Well, if y'all watched our Q&A, whatever,
One
one of them videos, y'all know that I was outed. I was outed. Somebody pushed me out the closet. Nah, who was the first? The first person I came out to was, in my family, was my younger brother. And this was probably like 6 or 7 years ago. Because I had just started talking to somebody and we was hanging out one day and my mama was like, who are you hanging out with? I was like, oh, this girl, whatever her name is. And my mom was like, oh, okay, because we was outside for like a real long time. We wasn't in my neighborhood, we was in some other neighborhood. And she was like, oh, okay, well, send me a picture, because I guess she didn't believe that I was where I said I was. And I was like, all right. So I sent her a picture, and she was like, so-and-so look like, you know, she should be a so-and-so, like, just real stereotypical, like, because she was a stud, so, you know. And I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. And so when I got home that night, my mom was like, so what's going on with you and what's her face? And I was like, nothing. She's like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. And then, so after that, she kind of was just like skeptical a little bit. Now she like to pretend that she wasn't, but she was real skeptical back in the days. But that night I went to my brother and I was like, so Ronald, Mom thinks I'm dating this girl, and you know what? I am, basically. And he was like, okay. My brother was real, like, nonchalant about everything. Okay. So, that was that. My little brother was the first person to know, and then I can't remember if I told my cousin Darren or TT, but I actually think it was probably Darren first. And my uncle was a pastor. He was my uncle's son. And I told Darren everything. So I told Darren, and he was just like, thanks for telling me, blah, blah, blah. He has a gay sister, so he knew how my mama was going to react. And then I told TT, and I was actually on FaceTime with Teresa, and I was like, how do you feel about gay people? She's like, why, are you gay? And I was like, yeah. And that was that. I never told you that story. She's like, well, I don't have no problem with gay people. She's like, if you gay, you gay. I was like, okay. And I had told her, I was like, you know, because at that time, like, I was over keeping it a secret from, like, my mom. Even though like I said, she was skeptical, like, it was just little hints that I was trying to throw out to her. And I didn't know, because growing up, like, my mom had said things that made me not want to come out to her. Not like, oh, I don't like gay people or, you know, whatever. But it was just like she had made like little comments that it just made me feel kind of uncomfortable. So I didn't want to come out for like a really long time. And after I had told Teresa, I was like, you know, it's about that time. Like, I'm getting older, and I just really think that she needs to know. So Teresa was like, okay, well, she's like, I'll talk to her, see how she feels about it. Not like me being gay, but just like gay people in general. And I don't know if she ever talked to her about it, but not too long after that, my mom had this friend who got like 10 kids, and one of the daughters had reached out to me because I had posted something on Snapchat. She had reached out to me and she was like, oh, you like girls? And I was like, yeah, but my mom don't know, so don't say nothing. She was like, that's okay, because I've been having sex and I think I'm pregnant and my mom don't know. Basically like you scratch my back, I scratch your back type of thing. Like, she didn't want me to tell my mama that she thought she was pregnant, and she said she wasn't gonna tell her mama that, you know, I was gay. So like a month went by, like a whole month. She had kept it to herself, and then I guess her mom found out that she was pregnant, or she was having sex. No, she had the boy she thought she was pregnant by had made a sex tape and like released it to the school or something. So her mom had found out, and she was like yelling at her again. I don't know what happened, but she was mad, and she was like, well, Dazjon is gay, I guess, to like get the conversation off of her. She was like, well, Dazjon is gay. And so her mom called my mom. I was in the shower, and when I got out the shower, my brother came upstairs and was like, mommy wants you. And I went downstairs, and when I was like walking down the stairs, I heard her telling Ronald, she was like, Ronald, go upstairs. And so at that point, like, I just knew, like, deep down in my soul, I already knew
You was in trouble.
Yeah, I knew I was in trouble, and I knew why I was in trouble. And I went downstairs, and I sat on the couch. And you know, like, when you mad, or when your parents are mad, and it's just, they just quiet. Like, you just quiet because you're so mad. She was quiet. She didn't say nothing for like 5 minutes. She was just looking at her phone, minding her business. And I was like, okay.
Awkward.
Right.
Just say what you gotta say.
Right. So she said, I just got off the phone with such and such. I was like, okay. Like, why are you telling me this? I mean, I knew why she was telling me, but, you know, I was just like, okay. She's like, and guess what she told me? And I was like, I don't know. She was like, you don't know what she told me, Dazjon? And I was like, about my sexuality? And she got mad, y'all. She was like, you don't have no sexuality. And I was like, okay, whatever. And so she called my dad upstairs. He was in the basement, and he came upstairs, and she was like, do you want to tell him, or should I tell him? And I told him, and my mom was just so upset. She was just so distraught. Like, she got up, and I think she walked out the house, but she was crying. And my dad was like, he walked up to me, and he was like, you know, we're always gonna love you no matter what. But it took my mom a really long time to get over it. Not get over it, because, you know, but that's what happened. And I think that's everyone I had to come out to. I think my mom
Everybody
came
else
out.
just found out.
Yeah, my mom came out to everyone for me, like on Facebook, so I didn't have to tell anybody else.
Was that your decision or her decision?
It was hers. She didn't really, well, I mean, I don't know, like, I don't know who she had already told. Like, I remember, she, you know, she always says that the first person she called was her best friend, and then, you know, she told, like, my uncle, the pastor, and whoever else she had called. But I remember one day on Facebook, it was like, so I came out in, I think, December of whatever year, and like a few months later, she had posted on Facebook, like a year later, around Thanksgiving. It was a meme of Beyonce, and it said, when you at Thanksgiving and all your family ask why you don't had no boyfriend, or something like that. And she was like, I bet this is how Dazjon be. And she had posted it on Facebook. She was like, I put this out, Dazjon be at Thanksgiving. And I guess that was...
How'd that make you feel?
I
I don't mean to turn this into like a therapy session, but obviously like we have two different like coming out stories, you know, from supportive to not so supportive, you know what I mean? So I just want to like, I don't know. I don't mean to like...
Well, at that point, it was like everyone already knew. I mean, like everyone I was in school with and like all like my younger cousins and all my friends and stuff, they already knew. So it's like I didn't really care at that point who else found out. Like the only person it was a secret from was my mama, and the only reason it was a secret from her is because of the little snide comment she had been making. So at that point when she had posted it, I was like, to me it was just like, well, at least she's being more open about it. Because for real, for a long time I felt like she was just gonna hide it from everybody. And then she posted it, and I was like, okay, so she's
coming around.
Yeah. I never told you that either.
No, not that part.
And she said she loved her little hashtags. She said hashtag some hashtag I'm not getting a rainbow bumper sticker.
Oh, you did tell me that.
And
I don't think I knew it was on Facebook.
I went and bought her a rainbow bumper sticker, and I put it on her car as a prank. Just don't let anybody make you feel invalid. Like, I tell Nyah all the time, your feelings are valid, and I am not going to invalidate you, and that's just what you need. And you need people who don't invalidate you and who make you feel like you're valid and that your opinion matters and your lifestyle matters and, you know, just whatever else you got going on.
And if you don't got people around you like that, then stop surrounding yourself with people who don't support you. Family, friends, etc. Once again, if you're new here, this is the first video you're watching. It got a little deep Shrek, but we'll be back with some funny stuff soon.
Yeah, we got something planned. Well, we got a few videos planned, but I'm excited for the one that y'all
It's coming up.
But yeah, so make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. See you soon.